Today, I'm going house hunting for the very first time in my life.
This is interesting.
And guess what? I'm house hunting in the mountains of southern Poland.
There's a magic here.
So today I get to check out some really interesting properties, ranging from the very rundown to the very plush. But will any of them turn out to be the one?
This place is one in a million.
Here's a bit of context. Over the last year or so, I've been dreaming of finding a place to call home. And originally, I imagined that to be in the western United States.
Last year, when I spent a month in Montana, I just felt so at home. I really felt like that was my place.
But given the craziness of the real estate market in the US, I kind of gave up on that dream.
And honestly, that's a pretty hard reality check.
So, last week, I shipped my entire life back to Europe, including my truck, all my stuff, and my dog Violk.
Hey buddy, does Europe smell different?
So, I guess that means I'm kind of committing to finding something out here.
Boję się, że jeżeli rzeczywiście bym się zdecydowała na zbudowanie takiego miejsca, kupienie takiego miejsca, to że tęskniłabym za takim życiem, takim nomadycznym.
Let's see if I can find my dream property in the motherland.
Yes, I want to have something equally traditional, but... Well, welcome to Poland. I am Polish, in case you didn't know. Although I haven't lived here in over 20 years. I moved away when I was a kid and spent most of my life in the UK. And to be completely honest with you, I didn't think I'd ever come back not to live here, or at least not to try and find a place to live here. But here we are. In my search for a home, I have come to the Carpathian Mountains in southern Poland, one of the most magical places in Europe. And today I'm gonna see if I can find a place to potentially call home. Isn't that kind of crazy? Isn't that just so wild that I could live here, maybe?
I knew exactly who to call upon to learn more about life in the mountains. They've been living here for over 10 years, and in that time they've managed to build a true slice of heaven, largely by themselves. But they started out with just a ruined barn, little money, and a big dream.
Okay, I brought them a gift all the way from Montana. Hope they enjoy it. Cześć! Cześć! Hej, jak tam?
Fajnie cię widzieć.
Ciebie też, was
Jak podróż,
również.
dobrze?
Wszystko w porządku, ale mam dla was coś z USA, z Montany. Tak, możecie drzeć.
Wow! A co to jest?
Ale super! Wow, wyglądacie mega!
This is Górna Chata, a small boutique hotel that Kasia and Leszek lovingly built on the side of this mountain over the last decade. It's so hard to describe in words the level of silence and serenity I feel every time I come to visit them. If I could move in here tomorrow, I probably would. But since that's not really an option, I'll have to find my own oasis.
I still think this is one of the most magical places in all of Europe, if not the world. The Carpathian Mountains. It's, yeah, probably my favorite spot on the continent. You know, it's kind of funny how this is really such a gem, and it's kind of still a hidden gem. I mean, in Eastern Europe, you know, people know about the Carpathian Mountains. But out west, nobody knows about this place, which is what makes it so special and so pristine still. And I think that's why I would like to come and maybe live here, because it still feels wild. Since I came here for the first time 2 years ago, I have just been completely in love with what Kasia and Leszek have created here. And quite honestly, I kind of want to use some of their ideas as inspiration for my future home. So I'm gonna go and check out their cottages, which are for rent, by the way, and see what I like about them. Because, man, this place is one in a million. It's incredible. this kind of bathtub. Oh, yes. Okay, but the best part about this cottage, and the one that I find most inspiring, is this upstairs area. Oh my God, I remember sitting here in this very hammock 2 years ago and thinking about how much I want to make a place like this my home.
One day, you'll see me making videos about building a wooden hut in the forest.
And now I'm back and I'm actually looking around. So this living room here is obviously absolutely huge. And I probably wouldn't need a dining table this big, but I just love the like earthy feel here. I love all the decor. I love how light it feels. There's so much light coming in. I love the fairy lights, obviously they're so cute. Okay, so then they've got this beautiful terrace with a tree growing through the middle of it. How cool is that? You know, there's a million holiday cottages and home designs out there that, you know, are really beautiful and luxurious and that look natural, but Kasia and Leszek, I think, can teach me a lot about like how to integrate nature into my future house. They're like all about sustainability, truly and deeply. They're about unique design and, you know, they're vegan. They have animals that they take care of here on this land, but, you know, that don't work or anything. I'm happy to have them as teachers. So I'm gonna go and ask them some questions about what it's like to live here and whether my dream of possibly building a house here is actually realistic. They might give me a reality check, but I need to know. I need to know.
But before we get into the hot tub, a quick word from the partner of this video and one of my ultimate travel hacks, Surfshark VPN.
Today we're going to learn about the advantages of using Surfshark VPN with Vilk. Hey buddy, did you say you had some questions about VPNs? Well buddy, since we travel so much, we're usually using hotel and Airbnb Wi-Fi. And there's really no way to know whether any of those networks are actually safe. They do give us a sense of false security, but they could actually be hiding many different privacy and security threats. Got it? Still following? So if you ever use unfamiliar Wi-Fi networks to make online purchases or access any kind of personal data, including online banking, you could be compromising your privacy. So to prevent that, I just turn on Surfshark VPN and it keeps my location secret and encrypts, basically secures, all of my online data. Yes, I'm glad you asked. So Surfshark allows you to access content and content streaming services from all around the world. For example, if you want to watch reruns of your favorite show, but it's not available on the Netflix catalog in your country, you can just switch locations and look in another country. For me, that's definitely The Office. Oh, I guess he doesn't know what The Office is. Oh, I think I've got something that you might like in the UK. Well, we've already got our Surfshark VPN, so we're good to go. And you guys can also benefit from a Black Friday deal. Just go to this link, enter my promo code Ava Zubek and enjoy up to 6 months of free VPN. I also left a link in the description box below. And by the way, there's a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there is really no risk in trying it out.
Oh, oh, wow! O, jest tak idealnie.
To miejsce, które tutaj macie, jest takim totalnym marzeniem. Chyba w ogóle wszystkich. Ale zastanawiam się, czy jest to osiągalne.
Wszystko jest możliwe, tylko trzeba chcieć. Wiadomo, no, dużo jest czynników, które pomagają w tym chceniu, więc tak jakby finanse robią swoją robotę, no ale jest dużo dróg, żeby mieszkać w takim miejscu, niekoniecznie wydawać kupę pieniędzy i też swoich na przykład, nie?
I nie ukrywajmy, nie pieniądze pozwalają zrealizować te marzenie. Tylko twoja determinacja.
Ale rzeczywiście, bo zimą do was tak naprawdę nie ma dojazdu autem na samą górę, prawda? Do
Tak.
pewnego miejsca jest, a potem wjeżdżacie skuterem.
Tak.
Nie boicie się czasem tego, że mieszkacie aż tak daleko?
A czego byśmy musieli bać? Bo jeżeli byśmy się bać, jak jest daleko do szpitala,
Znaczy to jest zawsze takie pytanie naszych gości, nie?
to byśmy kampera odstawili na parkingu szpitalnym, nie?
W sensie tam byśmy mieszkali, byśmy koczuwali, nie? No.
Czekając, tylko
Tak,
co
tak.
się
Dokładnie.
stanie.
Tak.
Nawet w firmie ochroniarskiej może się coś stać. Nie ma dnia ani godziny. A więc nie bójmy się, tylko po
Tak,
prostu
dokładnie.
zacznijmy się bawić życiem.
A zimą po prostu jest już tak, że tylko słyszysz taki, wiesz, aż cisza jest taka wymowna i wybrzmiewa jakimś takim, jakąś pieśnią taką nawet, wiesz.
No ja niekiedy słyszę bicie swojego serca, nie?
A,
Się obija o te gorżańskie góry.
Wow! Kupuję! Kupuję!
Też chcesz usłyszeć?
Tak! Z waszego własnego doświadczenia, bo tutaj się naprawdę dużo napracowaliście nad tym miejscem, jaką radę byście mi dali na te kolejne miesiące, lata?
Trzymaj się swojego planu.
Tak, dokładnie. A ja właśnie chciałabym powiedzieć, że jeśli go jeszcze nie masz, tak w sensie poukładanego na maksa, to zrób to. Bo jakby przed nami zima, tak? Przed tobą również. Taki może trochę jeszcze spokojniejszy czas, bo wiesz, że te marzenia są już tak blisko i trzeba działać mocno w tym kierunku, żeby je zrealizować. Ale teraz jesteś w stanie jeszcze to fajnie sobie wszystko zaplanować i zastanowić się, czy to ma być proste. Taki wiesz, level taki, no dobra, żyję sobie, mam piękny widok, obok tam 10 domków, nie, tutaj coś tam, ogrodzę się w razie czego. Czy jednak idziesz na całość i decydujesz się na dzicz?
To jest pytanie. To jest pytanie.
My mówimy
Dzicz!
dzicz!
Well, safe to say that Kasia and Leszek gave me just the push I needed to get out there and start seeing some actual properties in the area. But before going totally in on the wild idea, I wanted to see what's out there. And the first property I'm going to visit is this ruin of a mountain hut in the woods.
Looks like this is the road that the hut is on. And if it's true, then that means that hut is really close to the main road, which is a bit of a bummer. I wanted to go somewhere a little bit more remote, but let's see, let's check it out. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, this is not it, but I was told that I should go across this plot and into the woods. Somewhere over there. When I called a real estate agent about this place, she said that these buildings here will be taken down because the person that built them didn't actually have building permission. So, yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, I think I see the hut. It's right here. Oh my God. This is interesting. Do you like it? It's absolutely gorgeous. It's traditional Polish Carpathian mountain hut built in the traditional style. This is the kind of hut that shepherds would have lived in, and you still see a lot of these buildings all around this region. So I don't have the keys because the real estate agent said I could just look inside to see for myself the state of the place. Yeah. Wow. That's bad. That's so bad. Nah, absolutely not. I mean, it is a ruin, but I think that's almost secondary. The main thing is the hut is right next to a really busy, really loud road, and it is $125,000 for a very small plot of land and a ruin and a really bad location. I mean, seeing it, I'm like, yes, I want to have something equally traditional, but hearing it, I also know that I just want to be as far away from roads as possible. So, yeah. This Bacówka is not for me. Let's get out of here, buddy.
would say that this property here was like on the lower end of the spectrum for me, as in I would only invest in renovating a mountain hut if it had like a really spectacular location, you know? Then I might think about it. But this is not it. So there's a few more places I want to check out though. So all is not lost. Let's go and see them. After seeing this bazówka or mountain hut, I thought back to what Kasia and Leszek shared with me earlier.
Bo tak się zastanawiam, czy lepiej jest kupić dom gotowy, czy lepiej jest kupić jakiś taki starszy dom, placówkę zabytkową i remontować, czy lepiej zbudować coś własnego. Tak naprawdę to są chyba takie 3 opcje, prawda? I jeszcze sama nie wiem, która jest najlepsza.
Zależy. Wszystko zależy na jakich ludzi trafisz na swojej drodze. Bo może iść łatwo, ale może iść też pod górkę. Ja bym stawiał na zrobienie swojego nowego, wymarzonego domu.
Ale trzeba pamiętać o czymś, co jest najważniejsze, że to miejsce musi być wyjątkowe. Bo tak jak rozmawiałyśmy, dom może być piękny, może być duży, może być mały, może być nowy, może być stary.
Tak.
Ale jeśli nie ma tego miejsca, które jest magiczne i które sprawia, że masz taki odruch, wiesz, że czujesz, że po prostu jesteś w swoim miejscu na ziemi, to jeśli nie ma tego, to tak naprawdę możesz być gdziekolwiek.
Tak.
Jeśli to osiągniesz, to będziesz szczęśliwa.
Tak.
I dalej wszystko pójdzie gładko.
This next house I'm about to see is very, very, very different. I'm kind of excited to see it.
The villa we're about to see is definitely way out of my price range. But, you know, it can't hurt to see a beautiful mountain home for some inspiration. This is a very plush, turnkey villa overlooking the Tatra Mountains.
This house is so beautiful. Oh my God, such a dream. Okay, wow. I can already see it's so huge. So this is the living room, and there's a pretty small kitchen here. And it's all just decked out in this beautiful natural wood. And this fireplace, also super traditional, Polish, old school style, and I definitely want one of those in my house in the future. All right, well, let's check it out. It's pretty huge, so we better get going. So there's an office here downstairs, which is very lovely. Okay, room number 1, room number 2, 3, and room number 4. Okay, I guess this is the master bedroom. So nice. And here is one of the bathrooms. What is that? Oh my God, is this like a... Oh my God, it's like a sit-in sauna. That is wild. But this is not everything. There's also like a whole basement area. Room number 85. Room number 86. Room number 87. Ooh, what's this? It's locked. That's kind of creepy. Like the entrance to a secret tunnel or a torture chamber or something. Oh, I kind of want to get out of here now. Well, this house is such a dream house. The architecture is so perfect. It's exactly how I would want my future house to look. But this is not the one because it's way too big. It's so huge. I don't even need a building half this size, you know? I mean, yes, there is a beautiful view, but only if you look that way. If you look to the right and to the left, you got neighbors. And the garden is very small. So for about just over $400,000, nah, this is not the one.
Knowing the price and the size of this villa, I thought back to what Kasia and Leszek shared with me when we met up.
Teraz podróżując przez USA, jakby spotkałam się z naprawdę ogromnymi cenami. To jest... Nie jestem pewna, jak tak naprawdę to wszystko jest osiągalne dla ludzi. Aby mieć właśnie własne kilka hektarów, kilka arów, dom. Czy tutaj jest podobnie? Czy tutaj ceny też są tak wygórowane?
Ceny ogólnie są, zawsze grunty były drogie, no ale 3 lata wstecz ceny podniosły się sporo, bo ludzie zapragnęli mieć swój bezpieczny domek.
Kawałek, tak.
Tak.
I kąt, żeby nikim nie mówił, kiedy mają wyjść, kiedy wejść.
Tak.
To jest ważne.
Na ceny, powiem tak, no, ceny w takim miejscu, jak jesteśmy my, no, zależy kto jest jakim miłośnikiem czego, nie? Tak jak dla nas, no to o wielokroć cenniejszy jest taki grunt na naszej górce, odosobnieniu, gdzie nie ma domów, jest tylko natura, z każdej strony mamy las, piękne widoki. Dla nas to jest...
Bardzo cenne.
Well, let's recap. Renovating a total ruin next to a busy road? Not an option. A plush, turnkey mansion with an epic view but loads of neighbors and too much space and also too expensive? Not an option either. But there's one more.
Okay, here we are. This is the last house that I'll be seeing today. It's a bit of a wild card, I'll admit, but I was just really curious to see what it would be like to live in the middle of a village in a really beautiful historic house. So let's see.
If you can ignore my shoddy camera work here, that would be very appreciated. Thank you. This house has been standing on its own and abandoned for almost 30 years. And in that time, nobody has paid the light bills. It was a strange mix of the two properties I saw earlier. A bit of a ruin, yet retaining some of that traditional mountain grandeur, with beautiful wooden interiors, those dreamy Eastern European stoves and fireplaces, and clearly a lot of work ahead for anyone willing to invest in it. There's even a little side house, what we might traditionally call an izba in Polish, a small room with many functions and sometimes a whole family living inside it.
I mean, such a cool idea to like go in there and restore a house like that, but I won't even know where to begin, you know? That is just such a huge project. And the house is in the middle of a village, which I didn't quite appreciate. So it's not really the kind of, you know, natural oasis that I've been dreaming of. So, not the one. None of those 3 houses were quite right.
So far, I wasn't finding anything even remotely realistic. But then again, I wasn't really expecting to find anything right away. Instead, I was hoping to use this as a learning experience, you know, to see what's even out there. And here are my biggest takeaways. A traditional architectural style? Yes, a big yes. A great view? Another yes. A big plot of land? Yep. Neighbors? Nope. Size? You know what they say about size. No, but seriously, something small will suffice. Well, I loved seeing all 3 properties and learning more about what I liked and didn't like. But for now, winter is quickly arriving in the Polish mountains, and that is not a good time to house hunt out here. The snow gets serious. So I'm gonna keep my eyes peeled on the real estate websites and hopefully come back in a couple of months to see if anything else has popped up. But for now, I'm headed south, much further south, towards warmer weather.
Hey, if you'd like for your name to appear in these credits, or if you'd like to get early access to all of my YouTube videos, or if you'd like to get access to my making of / behind the scenes videos for every single film that I publish on YouTube, you may want to subscribe to my Patreon community. There's loads of different perks. Patreon is where I usually post my early life and travel updates, where I make loads of exclusive content, and we get a chance to connect on live calls as well. It's a really, really great community, and yeah, if you'd like to see more of me, this is the link, somewhere here on the screen. Anyway, see you in the next video.